Hello, hello, hello. This is Carla Michelle of Carla Michelle Coaching and Consulting under Dr. Carla Inc. It is so nice to have another moment with you. I want to let you know off the top, you're going to hear my alarm for cooking, my timer, because I am making chicken noodle soup. It is cold and rainy out here in California. As we count down the remaining days of this year, I wanted to stop in and give you today's tip and talk about the power of knowing what you need. The power of knowing what you need. And before we get started, let me remind you, you're listening to the Strong Network podcast with your host, me, Carla Michelle. I am a executive / life coach. I work with high-performing individuals who are looking to reach personal and professional goals that they feel that have been out of reach thus far, and they need some support along their journey. And that's what I do. I enjoy helping both men and women find out their roadblocks and how to discover to get over them and to move past them forever. Yes, the big word forever. But what I love to use is the methodology of strong. And that is understanding that we all need a strategy. Know your talents. Remain resilient. Because you know what? You're going to want to give up in this life. Amen. And optimistic. Optimism is like the spoonful of sugar helping life go down. Optimism, if you have a positive and not just, I don't see the real world positive, but a positive outlook on your life, that everything works out for your good, that even though things are looking a little rusty right now, you know that in time things are actually in the time you're in right now, things are turning around because you're moving forward. The end necessary. Please know you're necessary. Helping my clients understand that they are necessary has been a life changer. You think, necessary, that's simple. No, a lot of people do not understand. A lot of you listening do not understand that you are necessary, that you are on this earth, in this place, in this universe, in your job, in your family, in your career moves, in your school, whatever you're in your relationship for a reason. You are necessary. You are a requirement. That you not being there is, you being there, I should say, is part of the plan. And then G, global. Once you understand to be strategic, your talents, resiliency, optimism, how necessary you are, you cannot help but go global. And if that is not the world as a whole, it is definitely at least your world, okay? So the strong methodology is what helps my clients go to that level that they decide to go to. So if you're ever interested in working with me, go ahead and visit drcarlainc.com and avail yourself. I do a 30-minute clarity coaching, and there is an investment involved, a small one comparative to what my normal investments are. So grab a hold to that. I am keeping that going until 2/22/22. And go ahead and avail yourself. And that is for my new clients who want to come in and actually get a strategic plan for the new year. Go ahead and visit drcarlainc.com and click on Clarity Coaching. All right. Let's get to this topic. Know what you need. Today's tip, know what you need, know what you need, know what you need. And it came to me. This came to me because I remember being in a situation, sitting down. This is actually it wasn't therapy. This was counseling. So same, but it wasn't with a therapist. It was with a counselor. And I was asked, what do you want? What do you need? And I couldn't answer that question. It was when I was married, and it was for marriage counseling. And I couldn't answer the question. I didn't know that I should be able to put in words how I was feeling. And that is something that I want to bring out to you. If you know what you need, or to know what you need, you have to tap into how do you want to feel. If you want to know what you need to tap into how do you want to feel. And if I can go back those years, gosh, it's over 20 years ago. Well, less than 20, about 15 years ago. If I could have sat there, 20 years ago, if I could have sat there and really knew what I needed was tied into how I wanted to feel, not how I felt, because I was in counseling because of how I felt, not because me knowing how I wanted to feel, because I believe if I would have had that answer, it would have helped me. No, I don't know if it would change the dynamics, but it would help me know what I want. And that eventually came in time. But imagine knowing, how do you want to feel? So I will ask you that as we live day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel the next 90, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years? How do you want to feel about your life? And I believe you need to set time to discover what you need. How do you want to feel? What you need, how you want to feel. So I think back to that moment, and how did I want to feel? I wanted to feel loved because I didn't feel loved. I wanted to feel that I was understood. I wanted to feel, there's the chicken soup. I wanted to feel that I wasn't alone in this process. I wanted to feel that there was more to this relationship than what was happening. And I knew I needed it. I needed more. The interesting thing is, the counselor was not able to bring that out of me with asking the right questions. It is so very interesting because at that time, what I felt in that environment was, here you go. Okay, mind you, the counselor is male. Here you go, another woman saying they want something, but they don't know what they want. No, another woman who's saying they want something from the relationship. And I remember I said, I don't know, because I never was asked that. But but there was no probing of what I needed, like to help me, to guide me. And I think that's something that I would have loved, instead of feeling bad because I didn't know what I wanted. So know what you need, know what you want. If you know what you want, you know what you need, it helps to understand how you want to feel if you're kind of stuck. So know what you want from your life professionally. Know what you want from your life professionally. Career-wise, if you're an entrepreneur, wherever you are, if you're a student, and what do you want to feel in life professionally? If you're a athlete, professional athlete, aspiring athlete, what do you want to feel from your career, from your profession? How do you want to feel? And don't base it always on how someone else will make you feel, but it's how do you want to feel? Well, it's not, I want them to make me feel this way. Especially, talking to professional athletes, my hat is off to, especially football player. Well, I guess any athlete, but I'm thinking of a football player. And as many times that an athlete, when you're not the starter, I should say, how many times that you're traded? Gosh, you've gone from high school, or you've played since you were, you're 6, 7 years old, you've been playing ball, and you've always pretty much probably had your place in football. And then you get to college and you're still, because you got recruited and you're still feeling good about yourself. But then you go into possibly being drafted and playing professionally, and you see that there's a lot of people looking for the same spot on that team. And when you're traded, I've witnessed that it takes away from who you are. It chips away from who you are. It chips away from what you thought the experience would be. It chips away from your confidence. It chips away of how you even perform on the field once you're on there, because you're not in that same space that you used to be, 10 years back, or 5 years back, or 2 years back, or even 1 year back. So remember that the feeling is not about how someone else makes you feel. The feeling is a lot about how you want to feel. And when you know how you want to feel, you make decisions that line up with that feeling. So how do you want to feel with your team? Not just athletics, your organizational team. How do you want to feel as a boss or with your boss? How do you want to feel about a salary, a bonus? How do you want to feel about how your life is lining up? Another example of a client is knowing that you want a particular position, but all of your decisions are taken away from you getting that position. I'm going to say that again. You say you want a particular position, but your decision making does not align with that end goal that you have. Okay, so you have to make sure your direction you're going is leading you where you want to go. Simplified. The direction you're going is leading you where you want to go. I love mind mapping. Mind mapping, and in fact, I'm going to do a commercial here. I do this thing called the Girlfriend Gathering. I have an event, and it's kind of just like quiet, but it's not quiet, but it's quiet. Well, really not quiet, because I'm saying now. I do a girlfriend gathering. And one of the things that we're going to do is on January 8th, we're doing a vision board night. But not only are we doing a vision board where you can have your posters and stuff like that, and this is happening virtually, we're also going to introduce to some and remind others about mind mapping. That's where you have your goal, centered theme about what you want to achieve. And then what surrounds it, the map around it, the roads to it of what you have to do. So it's like, how do I explain it? It's like island. You have an island in the middle, and there's different ways that you can get to this island from various islands that surround it. So you have your centered theme. Then you have the things around it that lead you to get to that center theme. And so we do mind mapping. We're going to do definitely the vision board. We're going to do digital vision boards. So there's a lot of things, a few things that we want to touch on to help people understand that you have to have and always to check in. Are you on the right path to where you want to go? To where you want to go professionally? Remember this, entrepreneurs or anybody, working smart is key. Working harder is tiring, especially when we have financial goals as our goal. I want to make $1 million this year. And then it's okay. So I'm going to take in 300 clients so I can make $1 million, right? Well, there's some people who make so much money doing less. Why not discover how are they doing that? How are they meeting a goal without wearing themselves out? So you can have someone doing $300,000, right? They made $300,000 by doing three things. Someone else can make $300,000 by doing almost 300 things at the certain amount that gets you to the 300,000. So working smarter, not harder. Figure it out. Sit down. Call a coach like me at drcarlainc.com and find out, how do you get to where you want to go smarter and not work harder? Your whole day, if you are, I think about other coaches, and I do coach coaches and those who are looking to start their coaching business. And one of the things that happens and that I witness is trying to figure out how to cut your hours down, working 8 to 10 hour days and still not meeting your financial goals. So there's a couple of things that need to be considered. How do I work less? Well, that actually should mean your investments that your clients need to make may have to change, may have to increase. Not may, they will. If you want to work smarter, not harder, it's understanding what your value is. Because once you understand your value, what you want people to invest to get that value from you is easier. I'm going to say that again. Once you understand your value, having people invest in your value gets easier. So you're the missing link. If you don't understand your value, who is going to celebrate your value? You have to celebrate it. You have to know what you need. Do you need to go and your job now is, say you got this job and it's a pandemic job. You got it during the pandemic because you were laid off and you needed a job, and this came about and you took it. You're so disappointed. You do not fit with this culture. You have so many head bumps with other people on the team. But you got a job, and we're going to celebrate that. Now you know you need to make some moves. Now you know that you need to look. I had one client that really stepped out of the boat when it came to knowing their value and then doing things that lined up with the direction that they wanted to go to achieve the level of success that they imagined for themselves. Stepping out of the boat, stepping out of the comfort, stepping out, even though it was scary. And as we coached together, the fear was there. The fear was there. But yet, the desire for a different kind of fruit outweighed the fear. So figure out what you may have to do differently at your timing, or maybe at a timing there's a pull. For those of you who are very sensitive and intuitive, the pull when things need to start changing for you. Listen to it. It will never lead you wrong. Will it be comfortable at all times? No, but it will never lead you wrong if you trust your intuition, if you know yourself. So work smarter, not harder. Be intentional about what you're doing. Have a strategy, right? The part of being strong is being strategic. Have a strategy that gets you where you want to go professionally and personally. Know what you want personally. Know what you want from your marriage. Know what you want from your dating life. Know what you want as a parent from yourself. Know what you want as a friend. Know what you want. How do you want to feel in your marriage? How do you want to feel in your dating life? How do you want to feel as a parent? How do you want to feel as a friend? And then you think about what do you want from your marriage? What do you need? How do you want to feel from your marriage? And it's interesting because being married, we can look at our partners as the fulfiller of our needs, right? But we are the ones that have first to need to be fulfilled. We need to be fulfilled. Now, knowing harmony in that, because it's not about, okay, well, he doesn't like to travel, unless you guys have an agreement, doesn't mean you got an attitude and you just take off every weekend because I'm traveling and you don't feel me on this. So okay. But know what you need and how you have to feel, how you want to feel, and then knowing how to communicate what does traveling do for you? Why is it causing so much tension in your relationship? What is really going on with you? Now, nothing wrong with traveling, but are you running? What are you running from? Are you not possibly handling your life here presently? So getting away helps you kind of feel like you're regrouping. That is fine. I'm all into that if it's healthy. So you got to figure out really, what are you running from? Are you running from your marriage? Are you running from the house? Are you running from something that's there that you need to keep going? What are you searching for? What are you trying to feel? Free? Trying to feel free? Well, then you need to talk about, why do you need to feel so free? Something deeper is going on. And really find out. Dating life. How do you want to feel when you're dating? It can't, and I'm going to stop saying that. Dating is an experience. I started to look at dating as research, because what I decided was I am dating, when I dated as a focus, intentionally dated, I was looking to feel a certain way. And I learned how to navigate on a date or during the dating process when it wasn't making me feel the way I wanted to feel. Meaning I showed up the way that I believed I was showing up. I wasn't, no attitude, no, you're defeating the person before you even go on a date. Nothing like that. Just very open, very vulnerable, very curious about this person I was on this date with. And when I didn't feel the way I know I could feel, or even, then I would move on, because there was a feeling I was looking, and not as a feeling that just matched my feeling. And I was looking for that. If I'm showing up a certain way, I wanted it matched. It didn't have to be perfect, but I wanted that gel, what's the word? I wanted that flow. So know how you want to feel. Imagine it. And when you're out there, if you don't feel it, you don't have to stay in it. Especially if you're dating. You don't have to stay in it. I don't care how young or old you are and you think, I've got to settle down. I get it. But yet, you're going to end up sitting somewhere and being miserable because you just didn't want to be alone. You wanted to hurry up the process. Or the person you're dating wanted to hurry up the process. I've been on dates and like three weeks later, they're like trying to, I don't know, I think they was wifed me up as soon as they saw me. But 3 weeks later, it was all like serious and all these commitments and almost like, it was almost like a contract. Some of the things that were said, it was like, do you commit to blah, blah? I'm like, are we doing like some legal stuff? I only know you 3 weeks. But that's how it was. It was basically, I think they knew what they wanted. I didn't necessarily match what they wanted because they didn't line up with how I wanted to feel. And you have to know that just because they want it, and it can be flattering, but if it doesn't feel right, back up. Back up. Okay. So know what you want personally. Know what you want from your team. And I'm going to use team, not necessarily at work, because we talked about that professionally. I want to talk about your home team. Like, know what you need. Know what you need to function in your day-to-day life. Some people listening to me need a nanny full time, even if you're working from home. Some of you need a nanny. Yes, does that sound crazy? Well, I'm home and I should watch my own baby. I get it. But what's the difference of when they go to school and someone else is watching them and you are home? So see as help. It's help. It's help. And you're feeling guilty and you don't want to tell your friends or people you know you have a nanny. You're almost like embarrassed because of you knowing what you need, but yet you don't want to share that you need it. I'm going to tell you, people have kids, and parenting is a special place. I have 4 grown, and parenting, married, single parenting is a special place. And there are times when you definitely need a break. And you cannot feel guilty as a parent because you need a break. It is hard. It is work. It's a human being that's being formed and they're watching you. So would you rather them watch you see how you help yourself and you take care of yourself? Or would you rather see them watching you yell, scream, cuss, fight over things that if you had a team could help you? So a nanny, house cleaning services. Oh my gosh. Having someone come in, if it's not weekly, once a month, quarterly, something, a house cleaning service. What about your washing and drying your clothes? People will do that. Or you can have a delivery service a cleaning service, dry cleaning service, come to your home, pick it up, wash it, dry it, fold it, and drop it back off. Some of them have monthly memberships. I know there's a place out here that has a monthly membership. I think it's like $20, and they will wash, dry, fold, pick up, and deliver your clothes. Or maybe or pickup may be different, or more added, but you can drop it. $20 a month, a membership. Okay. And do you know what they said? The actual owner was on a call of this cleaners, and I'm sitting here, listening, and they're saying that people don't utilize it, but yet it's helpful. All right. A personal assistant. Well, I don't know if I need a personal assistant. And I'm not talking about an executive assistant or an admin that helps you with your calendar. What about a personal assistant? When can we open our minds and see there's a benefit of having someone run your errands for you? Maybe they're the ones that's washing and dropping off your washer and your wash and dry needs. They're the ones that's booking the house cleaner. They're the ones that are planning your meal prep. And speaking of meals, oh my gosh, I am so excited when a client tells me they hired a chef to come in and cook their meals 4 days. I believe it's 4 days out of the week. Come on, people. Because they have kids and they have a business that they're running and scaling, and they cannot do it all. And don't feel guilty, because you know what? They want their kids to have more than just takeout. They want their kids to have home cooked meals. And they also want to come in and not have the pressure of hitting the kitchen as soon as they walk into the door because everyone's hungry. I remember the days. Thank God for crock pots. going to school, working full time, raising 4 lovely kids, and having to come home and cook and then go back out because of school or internships and things that I had to commit that I needed to do. Man, no, I couldn't afford a housekeeper or a personal assistant at that time. But if you can, or if there's a friend that wants to help you out, do it. Personal assistant, a coach. And I am talking about 2 different coaches. Coach like me, yes, because you will achieve your goals at a faster pace with more clarity that will make them stick throughout time. There are things that I have coached people on years ago that still benefits them to this day. Because you know what? They usually have found out about themselves, what they want, how they want to feel, what their steps are, and they just keep working at it until they get it, until they see it. And then check in as they need to with me. Then also a workout coach. There's so many other coaches out there that can help you. I've worked with people who have a whole team, literally a whole team, as I hit the table. So find out if you can do a home team and you're ready to do a home team, why aren't you doing a home team? Because if that's what you need, talk about it, figure it out. Or look how you can work smarter, not as hard. Why are you cooking for those grown kids every day? Every day. Where you walk in and they are awaiting your preparation of their meal and they've been home all day. Why is that happening? Why are they not more involved? Why do they not know how to use an iron? Why do they not know how to use the washing machine? Why do they not know certain things where everybody is helping everybody out? So if building a home team means that you're building a home team with your kids or those that are in your home, build it. Take the time. Have a command center. I don't necessarily want to call it a command center, but have a place in your home where people can see what is needed, what is required for that week, what is required for that day, and have someone pick something for that week. Have your family meetings and sit down on a Sunday or a Saturday or one day during the week, and that's where you go over what is needed for the week. Who has what to do? Who needs to be where? How can anybody chip in and help? Who can cook that night? What are you going to eat out that night? Who's going to pick it up? Who's going to order it? It is you who can make all this stuff happen. So, and asking yourself, what's that? Asking yourself, I'm going to ask you, do you know what you need? Do you know what you need? Do you know how you want to feel? Do you know what you want personally? Do you know what you want professionally? So it's the time to work towards it, to make sure that all your roads are leading to that, and what doesn't fit, you're not doing because it doesn't lead to that direction. If you want peace in your life, it's time to get off the road of confusion and disruption. If you want financial gain and you know it's you holding you back, what do you need to do to get on the road that leads to your financial gain? And sometimes it's not always about titles and your positions. I know titles are big and it helps us, move up, but find out how you can maneuver through the system in different forms and fashion. Do your homework. Sit down and discover what you really need and how you can get to where you want to go. And to know what you need in your life. All right, this is Carla Michelle with Dr. Carla Inc. under the umbrella of Carla Michelle Coaching and Consulting. And it is such a pleasure once again to have you a part of the Strong Network. Remember, be strategic, talented, resilient, optimistic, necessary so you can go global. Reach out to me at hello@drcarlainc.com, drcarlainc.com. Remember, we do have Bold and Beautiful coming up in 2022 in August. We have some fun and creative and growing things that are going to take place. That at that time, meditation will be starting back January the 17th. That is a Monday. The link will be back live. If you follow me on Instagram at Miss MS Carla Michelle, there will be a link on my bio that you can go ahead and join us for 10-minute mind reset meditation starting January 17th. It's 6:30 a.m. to 6:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is in and out. We don't play, but we don't play with our lives. And those 10 minutes have been making a big difference to those who avail themselves to it. It is a membership. So as the link goes live, I believe it'll go live where are we? A week before we start. But as we go live, join in, all right? And tell a friend. Share this episode to those who need it. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and leave a rating. That's what helps us on Apple iTunes is those 5 stars. So thank you for those who have gone in and given a 5-star rating, but also say something of how you've benefited from what I've shared here. And this is free. Even if you don't choose to coach with me, this is free content. On Instagram, I coach for free. On my podcast, I coach for free. However, when you work with me, it is not free. But these are the frees that I love to offer to you and to anyone who will listen. So please share. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.